stage.
Thank you, Trent. Right on. Typically we do this before, but we were just so happy, so psyched about the homeownership pathway program that we just got right into that. So, yep. Once again, my name is Taylor. I'm with Uptown Properties. I'm a licensed broker in Oregon. I do a bunch of leasing. I'm a portfolio facilitator for them, and I just help us serve all of our tenants. So let's get into the numbers. We're looking at total active listings right now. The red bar is what we can see here in 2021. So typically around this time of year, we see total active listings kind of trending down, but in this year, we see them trending up. So perhaps a sign that the market is leveling back out a little bit. We have total active listings of 4,400. That's a 7.5% increase from last month, which is significant once again, because typically active listings are trending down right now. And I think it's just a sign that potentially the market is starting to even out a little bit. Of course, we've been in a perpetual seller's market for the recent past, and maybe things are going to start to slow down here a little bit. So moving on to new listings. Once again, new listings trended up. This is kind of exciting if you are starting to maybe think about purchasing. So for all of you folks out there who are looking at the homeownership pathway program, has something that could help. We are seeing more supply hit the market now. It's of course still a seller's market, and it is still very competitive, but new listings are hitting the market. We see total active listings coming up now, and we have 3,700 new listings this past month. So pending sales dropped from last month to this month. This is significant because it's the first time that we've seen pending sales kind of go down in like the past 3 years or so. We currently had 3,170 pending sales, and this is kind of what we see around this type of year. Like pending sales are starting to slow down as we enter winter, but it is significant because it dropped at a faster rate than we've seen in the past 3 years. Closed sales. So what we see here is the past 5 years of closed sales. The red bars are 2021. You can see that the 2020 and the 2021 numbers are very similar. And once again, we're starting to maybe see some tightening back down to typical levels, but still very competitive, very strong. And I mean, we're still going to be seeing kind of multiple offer situations for the foreseeable future. Average and median sales price, we covered this a little bit previously. Average sales price at $570,000, median sales price at $505,000. But the run that we've had in the past year or so has been pretty dang impressive, and we're starting to see kind of a pullback. Once again, maybe a nod to the idea that the market is maybe leveling out a little bit and just kind of slowing down, because we have been sprinting for quite some time now. Total market time did creep up from last month. We're at 24 days now. This is still a very, very rare number to see total market time. That is when you put your house in the market to when it closes, to be just 24 days. If it's priced right, still very, very significant here. We're about half of what we typically are this time of year. But it did trend up. So once again, maybe an idea that the market's starting to slow down and give some other buyers an opportunity to see what the market holds for them. The inventory in months. So I already touched on this just a little bit, but I will reiterate. We're at 1.1 months of inventory. Once again, that just goes to show if there's no more houses to be put on the market, they should hypothetically all sell out in 1.1 months. This is significant. This 1.1 is significant because it's about the first time in about a year that we've gone over 1 month of inventory now. So still, not a lot of homes on the market, but we have crossed over that 1 month threshold, and we'll see what the winter brings. So just some highlights of the residential market here in this past month of September. So new listings did go up 15% year over year. We saw pending sales only go up 0.6%, and closed sales, my apologies, it's the closed sales, not the pending sales. Closed sales dropped 2.6%. and that is what we have not seen in the past 3 years. So maybe we're going to see an idea that the market's slowing down. Average sales price 12.1% and median 13.1%. These numbers were, much higher, around 17% in the middle of summer. So we definitely seem to maybe have hit a peak for a bit, and maybe we're just going to kind of rest and kind of plateau. But we have been really charging hard in the market, and now we're perhaps going to maybe rest a little bit. Things are going to slow down. We'll see. But once again, total market time 38% less than it was last year. So very significant. And this is a little information into the condo market. You can see that, the condo active listings versus closed listings here shown by the green and blue bars. We can see that there's a bit more tightening happening now, and there's definitely a much less active condos on the market. I think this could be an indication of people moving back into the city. Maybe things are opening back up. People's willingness to come back and live in the city is probably they're a bit more confident of their experience they're going to have while they live in the city. And I think we can see that people are, when I go downtown, I see more people there all the time. So more and more people moving back into the city. We have maybe some tightening there with active versus closed sales. And as far as small multifamily statistics go, we can see here that there were 50 properties that sold in the month of September. Most of them were pretty much selling for exactly what they were asked or brought to market at. There was a VA loan sold, so that is kind of exciting. Typically not a very competitive loan, but a VA loan did pass. You can see here the average sales price for your small multifamily in September was $598, median at $580. So it's kind of about what we would expect right now. So yeah, thanks for diving into the market. Still very, very competitive out there. And if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask, but there you go.
All right, now thank you to Bob, Jan, and
I think Chris has a question.
Whoa.
The question was, with the days on market being about 24 days and loans typically needing 45 days to close, like what do I think about that, and how is that basically a reality right now? And that is a great question. So the reality is a lot of buyers are coming to the table with cash, or they're finding loan officers who can close quickly. So not everyone is obviously closing in 24 days. There are definitely deals out there that are taking longer, but on average, the average days on market is 24 because there is a lot of cash transactions. I know that we've been a state, especially the Portland Metro has been an area where we're seeing out of state people, especially from Southern California, where those house prices are for a three bedroom, 2-bath house is maybe $1 million or so. So then they come up to our market, they have a lot of cash, and they are able to purchase a very similar home in all cash based off of the sale they had of their property in other markets. So,
Bob.
Yeah, the comment was that there's something called an absorption rate, which is like basically the ability for a buyer pool to access a property or see it. And if it gets tied up, then it's not available anymore. And that pending time then might not be included in that 24-day period. But that's kind of semantics, but still a great comment.
All right. Thank you, Bob, Jan, and Terry for helping us put this on this evening. I hope you guys all have a great rest of your evening. We'll look forward to seeing you next month.